Coming up on today's FNN, students show their appreciation to our teachers.
Plus how some EK students are being recognized for their biliteracy.
And our athletes show appreciation to their coaches. Stay tuned for all that and more because FNN starts now. Happy Friday, Falcons. I'm Zaya.
And I'm Naya.
With Teacher Appreciation Week wrapping up today, I took some time to visit with students to chat about what teachers have meant the most to them.
My favorite teacher is Mrs. McLeod because she basically my best friend, and I've been in her class for like 3 years. And she's my favorite person to talk to, and her class is always fun.
My favorite teacher, Mr. Bennett, because every time he would just ask me if I need help with any class, and he would be the only teacher that would do that. So that's why. And he would prepare me for any test in class.
My favorite teacher is Miss Cabell because she's super positive, especially, 6 hour. It's the end of the day, it was kind of ruined. So yeah, she keeps it super positive. So.
Our favorite teacher is Mrs. Steckity because she always brings a smile to the classroom.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Tucker. He teaches well.
My favorite teacher is probably Mr. Gas, because he's always so open to talk to everybody about anything.
My name is Elijah Hager, and I say my favorite teacher is Mr. Rees. My
teacher is Miss Darwin because she really has a great impact on her students, and she really shows care.
Miss Steckity, Miss Winter, Miss Darwin, Mr. Renhouten, Miss Winter.
My favorite teachers are Mr. Donikowski because he helped me push myself, and Mr. Krosky because he also helped me push myself to be who I am now.
Teachers, thank you for everything that you do. We would not be where we are without you.
Although there are many coffee shops in the Grand Rapids area, there is one in particular that is making an impact in a unique way. FNN reporter Diara Gangaja visited Last Mile Cafe and dives into how their mission sets them apart.
1% for the planet, 1% for the community. That's the motto of Last Mile Cafe, a local Black and woman-owned coffee business in Grand Rapids. Since opening in December of 2022, they've put themselves on the map with a unique approach to coffee making, one that deeply values ethics and sustainability. Co-founder Sarah Lehman says that those two things are the foundation to everything that they do.
Anytime that we are looking at new coffee relationships, new HR practices, new relationships in the community, we're asking ourselves, how can we do this ethically? I think it's an ongoing discussion, and I think it's something that just kind of constantly needs attention to do it well.
With a dedication to transparency, Last Mile is vocal about their team's beliefs and how their daily operations give back to the community. Tess Dodd, cafe manager, admires these efforts and says they are part of the reason why she loves working at Last Mile.
I think a lot of that really aligns with my personal belief system and things that I care about. So it feels really good to also see that at work. There is an intention there to consider all of that in our daily work.
Last Mile is about so much more than coffee. It's a space for people in the community to meet and be creative. With a focus on empowering citizens in their community, co-founder Arik Harris believes that what him and Last Mile are doing is the first step of many.
I think the really cool thing about community is that we're all important and we're all showing up. If Last Mile does do anything unique, I think we try to be a place for people to come and have conversations and just really get to know each other that maybe might not have bumped into each other. So I think Last Mile provides that.
The Last Mile team has made it their mission to set the example for other businesses, and they hope that others will resemble their dedication. In Grand Rapids, I'm Diara Gangaja.
Purchasing from local businesses like Last Mile Cafe is a perfect way to give back to our community. Be sure to check them out at their location at Hall Street and Kalamazoo Avenue in Grand Rapids.
For the first time, East Kentwood offered the opportunity to earn the Seal of Biliteracy, a state award for language proficiency. FNN reporter Julie Eastlaws takes a closer look at how students are responding and the potential benefits.
The Seal of Biliteracy is granted to students who can show intermediate to high proficiency in listening, speaking, reading, and writing in a second language. The seal can also be earned by attending school in another language after the 6th grade, scoring a 4 or higher on an AP language exam, or passing a state-approved test. School counselor Mrs. Van Overen understands the value of biliteracy for students and took the initiative to bring the test to EK as a way to recognize that.
We're hoping that it becomes something that students can be really proud of, and for students who who know something of their home language, but maybe they've let it slide a little bit, or they haven't had an opportunity to practice so much. Maybe they will enjoy relearning or studying more in their home language.
Taking an exam to measure skills in one's heritage language can serve as a powerful way to honor history. EK singer Mang Kim speaks a Burmese dialect.
I might be the first Zomi girl or Zomi person who represents.
The seal highlights language recognition and provides an opportunity for many. Mrs. Downer, EK's program development coordinator, points out the difficulty in securing tests for all languages.
I think one of the biggest tasks we will have is finding assessments for those outlier languages that maybe only 2 or 3 students speak.
When senior Pranita Garoon expressed her interest in the exam, she was surprised to see her lesser-known language included in the list of available tests.
At least from the school I went to in middle school, no one really knew what Nepali was, and I always thought that, we were not known as a culture, but it really surprised me that they had Nepali and it was listed in there and I didn't have to search for it.
The seal provides multi-language learners and those in advanced language classes the chance to earn college credit at Grand Valley. Mrs. Downer further elaborates on the benefits of attaining the seal.
I don't think it can hurt, right? If it's something that you can show proficiency at, it's a bragging point for students. It's something that looks good when you do a resume or when you're doing your college applications.
The Seal of Biliteracy is more than just an award. It's a valuable asset. At EK, I'm Julie Islas.
If you're interested in taking the Seal of Biliteracy next year, be sure to talk to your counselor to learn more about steps to prepare and when you can register.
If you've attended an EK sporting event, watched any sort of live stream, or seen students with cameras around the school, chances are those are members of EK's production club. FNN's Owen Renwick spent time with the group that is so much more than just a club.
Really amazing events that we put
Okay.
So Production Club is a way for us to highlight all the awesome things that are happening at East Kentwood through our big events. And so anything from the talent show to graduation to homecoming pep assembly, senior sunset, and all the student council projects to big sporting events and games that have a video board. It's our way to make those events even more amazing for our students, student athletes, and students that are involved in those things. And it's also a way for us to use a live event to gain experience for the students who are interested in broadcasting, video production, and audio production. So it's a nice combination of making events awesome while also gaining experience for students in a relevant field.
Production Club, it does for a lot for the school. It films games, events, so much more. And I think if you really do want to find your place in the school, I think Production Club is the one club that it isn't just specific to sports or the arts. It encompasses all of what EK has to offer. So I do think it probably is the best club in my opinion for school culture.
We've grown so much this past year. I can't wait to see what the next year has in store for us. But I really want to encourage people to get out there, get involved, just any way that they can, any way that they're comfortable with. Whether that is shadowing someone more experienced or letting them play around with the gear. I may go out of my way and create in-depth videos for those shyer people. But I think people most step up in a situation where they are forced to make decisions. So I hope to see how newer members handle live situations we deal with weekly.
And that wraps up your news this week, Falcons.
For the last 2 years, one reporter has held down the EK Sports Reports, and today is her final show.
Now let's send it over to Erica Large for her last EK Sports Report.
What's up, Falcons? It's your girl Erica, and this is your EK Sports Report. For the last EK Sports Report, since it's Teacher Appreciation Week, our varsity athletes show appreciation to their coaches. Check it out.
I want to thank Coach DeMag because he's always been there for the team and he was able to endure with us during the long tournament days.
I would like to thank Coach Smith for being a great coach and teaching me a lot about football and life outside of football.
I want to thank Eric Foster for teaching me how to win gracefully and lose gracefully.
I want to thank Coach Jackson for always believing in me and putting his trust in me.
I would like to thank my coaches, Coach Baroni and Coach Warfield. Thank you guys for always being there for me and being great role models.
I would like to thank Coach Emia. He does a lot for the track team. He is a very great coach.
Hi, I'd like to thank Dante Carey. He really pushed me as a player over the offseason and helped me develop as a player. And I really appreciate him for that, so thank you.
I'd like to thank Coach Van Houten for being an amazing coach and always pushing his athletes to be better.
I would like to thank Alexander Brinks for helping me improve my performance under pressure and half of my music taste.
I would like to thank Coach Castor for everything that he's done for our team this year, giving us the energy and providing us the needs that we need to be successful on this team.
Thank you, Coach B, Coach Collin, and Coach Warfield for always pushing me and being there for me and making me enjoy soccer.
Well, that does it for today's sports report. It has been a wonderful journey being your sports reporter for the last 2 years. I want to thank class of 2023, Kylie, Gia, all of them. I want to thank class of 2024, Jisa, Blue, Christy, all of them. And I want to thank this year's class, obviously. I want to thank Coach Locke for giving me tips on football, commentary. What else did he do? Yeah, that. And then the last person I want to thank is Mr. D the GOAT, because he's just been a mentor for me for the last 3 years. Yeah. Now for one last time, let's flip it back to the desk.
Thanks, Erica. It's going to be tough to fill your shoes next year.
And that does it for today's show. We'll be back next Friday with more, but until then, make sure to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to Falcon News Network on YouTube, where you can catch sports live streams, previous episodes, and other great content.
Plus, check the posters around the school to tune into our radio station and check out our Spotify podcasting channel. We'll be back for our final episode of the year. See you then.